안녕하세요. 저는 YaBoyRocklee 입니다. Today we are actually gonna do a different type of video. It's not something I normally produce. We're gonna break down why so many people were disappointed with When the Phone Rings, episode 12 in particular. By the way, this has been a phenomenal series. Episodes 1 through 11 was like 10 out of 10. And then episode 12 happened. It's like, right? Now, my review / explanation is not to hate on the media. I don't like to put that out there. That's not my thing. It's actually an educational thing because I'm studying to learn how to write books because I'm trying to write a book myself. And the guy I was listening to stood out to me. I was like, this is exactly why we weren't happy with episode 12. Now, if you were a novel reader, here's my disclaimer. If you read the novel, you're not going to be as disappointed as people who haven't read the novel that's associated with When the Phone Rings. And this video is going to break down why. I'm just going to play the video.
From underneath people, it's a different and
oh god. All right, here we go.
It's completely different. The rug out from underneath people, it's in different and unexpected ways.
Sorry about that, but it's all good now.
So well is oftentimes if you want to have a cool twist in your story and you pull the rug out from underneath people, it's a little bit like I said last week, promising someone a car and giving them something else completely different that they're not expecting. In addition, in your storytelling, your reader will invest time in the middle in your progress. They'll spend most of the time in the book focusing on the things the characters are doing to progress the story. And so, if you built a heist where you made 1, 2, 3, and 4 completely irrelevant now, that is 80% of the reader's experience in the story getting thrown out the window, and they will feel annoyed at you.
There it is.
They will be frustrated.
You see what happened? We built up our expectations on what Park Seon's growth. He's used growth. They overcome any particular obstacle that's coming towards them. We are leading to them getting together. We are leading to them not separating under any means.
Because you promised them something. You were also probably promising them a twist.
I also want to be clear is what the promise is may not be explicitly stated to you, but it's a feeling, it's an expectation that you're getting from even interpreting the characters or a specific dialogue.
You're doing a heist because heists are kind of about twists, but you have also upended them. How do you solve this? You make sure that the time they spent on 1, 2, 3, and 4 is still very relevant by applying it on the fly to solve new problems, which suddenly becomes very satisfying because you both get a twist, plus you feel like your expertise, the amount of time you as a reader spent experiencing the story, came together at the ending. And so, breaking this down...
And that's exactly it. So, we get all this growth with Park Seon and Heeju, right? And then this Argon plot takes up most of or half of episode 12. I understand that it's been teased in episode 1. But again, as a non-novel reader, and you can read the comment section of any reaction video like mine to episode 12, the TV show onlys didn't really pick up the Argon plot. Like, it really wasn't something that stands out to us. So, to get all this massive growth and then jump to the Argon timeline, what we would have needed to happen based on how the show presented it, not the novel. I'm not talking about the novel because I haven't read the novel. I can only talk about the TV experience, and that's actually what matters when we're talking about like how the show was. You had to build in the fact that he was going to have to leave, and somehow all this growth and understanding each other would have led to why they're going to Argon and why they're going to accomplish whatever. Or even why he had to go to Argon would have to have been sprinkled out throughout the episodes, multiple episodes, as something to tie up, something as a loose end. The loose end that Paik Seon had of, giving away his father's inheritance because he wants nothing to do with that family, changing his name because he implied that, I'm not the real him, or if the real me dies or, disappears or whatever, that you're going to still love me. Maybe that was because he was going to, maybe that included that he was going to Argon. So he was saying, if I disappear, love me, even though I'm going to be gone. But even that wouldn't make sense because he wants her to be free of him. That's what Paik wanted. He wanted Hee-Joo to be free of him. And again, we spent the entire episode leading to being nice to her, basically talking her out of divorce into loving you. And then you just up and leave. Now, my understanding is he may not have left if the real Paik Seon, I think I've been saying Park Seon, and I'm sorry if I've been saying Park Seon this whole video, that's going to be cringe. He may not have left if the real Paik Seon didn't whisper that into his ears. But again, it's like that shows how potentially weak he can be. And I know this is like a traumatic thing to be potentially tied to the death of Hee-Joo's brother. But again, that he has dealt with so much. I mean, he has thought his woman was associated with terrorism to a certain degree. He has heard so much egregious stuff with Hee-Joo that, like, for him to suddenly leave just sounds weird. Now, the only thing I can add that helps him is he forgives other people of their problems. Like, he forgave his best friend more. He forgives Hee-Joo of her potential app problems. But when it comes to his own problems, he can't face it, which is why he left. And that's actually very easy to accept and be like, oh, I understand. He's understanding of everybody else but his own issue. But again, I didn't even realize that until I was explaining this to you just now. Like, so to me, it's not abundantly clear. When you have to give long explanations sometimes to defend a story's ending or what a plot point meant, sometimes it also means that it wasn't well articulated, you know? So it took all these hoops to get there. So to be honest with you, I feel a lot of relief after posting this video when my intention was to basically tell you guys why it was a mid-ending. Because I'm like, I see what it is. He could forgive Hee-Joo. He could forgive his homie. His homie tried to kill Hee-Joo, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna forgive you. We're buddies. Haha. But when it comes to him, I think they're even working together at the end of the show. But when he is wrapped up with the problems, because this is a guy who's basically lived the perfect life. He's like, I can't accept that. I hurt Hee-Joo, so I gotta go. But Hee-Joo hurting me, oh, I can get over that. She hurt me for good reasons. I must have caused it. You know, I led to these things. I'm deserving of my wife wanting to get out of this relationship, etc., etc. And he was basically giving up and sacrificing so much for her. So that's actually fascinating. I'm actually not even as outraged as I reached the end of this video, because this is a non-scripted video. The point of the video was only to explain why we were disappointed, or why many people were disappointing, because you built up for an expectation, you really just didn't get it, and the rug got pulled, and they insert this Argon plot point. And if you're a novel reader, you don't need much of an explanation because you read the novel, so you already are inserting data that the rest of us don't have. But me, like, what? Why are we in Argon? He left her with no explanation. Now she's suffering. Why would he do that to her? Why? It was very, very, very hard to watch. And the explanation just didn't sit. But I think I am actually reversing my opinion. I think it should have been written better. I do think that. But the energy that I had at the beginning of the video is not the same energy I have in the back of at the end of this video. He can't forgive himself as easily as he can forgive others. Period. And he sought to punish himself. Even though Hee-Joo should punish him, he's like, nah, I'm going to punish myself. I shouldn't be screwing up. You know who I am? I'm Paik Seon. Not anymore because I have a new name. But yeah, wow. Anyways, I don't know if you're disappointed because this video ended up not being what you expected, which is ironic given the rug pull. I gave you all these expectations about why I'm going to tell you when the phone rings episode 12 is bad. I get to the end and I was like, maybe it was me who lacked some understanding. But I'm still going to die in this cliff. It could have been written better. But hey, I would still recommend this series to anybody. Don't think that, oh, one bad episode turned off Lee. Look, it was a phenomenal series. It just didn't stick the landing. And as a person who reacts to media, is interested in producing my own media, rather than just, hate on it, I took a moment to understand it. And now I've extracted, the problem is not the ending or the story of itself. It lacked the details to convey to me what I needed to know watching the episode that I picked up on reflecting on it. I reflected on these points and now I understood, but if it was clearly given to me in a way that I could receive and digest it, wouldn't have had these issues. So, hey man, still love the crew. I hope they get awesome nominations, and I hope you guys appreciate my intentions with this video. It's not a hate video. Until next time, YaBoyRocklee, I am out. If you guys want to see the reactions to when your phone rings, check out YaBoyRocklee reactions in the description of this video. And you know I couldn't stop at just one channel. Consider subscribing to the subsidiary channels for YaBoyRocklee, found in the description of this video. Thank you.